Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another video. If you are new to this channel, my name is Frank Zhu, and I'm a college professor teaching sociology, history, and philosophy. I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer. Today's video is not about philosophy. Neither is it about sociology or history. But there are two things that I want to talk about today. First, I'll talk a little bit about myself. And second, I'll talk a little bit about this channel. In fact, I'm making this video to answer a few of your questions about me and about this channel. If you are new to this channel, I can introduce myself in 3 sentences. Number 1, I'm a Chinese American currently living in the state of New York with my family. Number 2, professionally, I'm a semi-retired professor now, having taught at colleges and universities in several countries across several continents over 4 decades. And number 3, I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer and a lover of classical music, enjoying playing the violin and piano. If these 3 sentences are not enough for you, let me give you a few more details. I was born and raised in China, a very beautiful country with an amazingly rich culture and a very long history. It was in China that I received much of my education, including my undergraduate and graduate degrees. After graduation, I spent a few years teaching English and American political thought at a well-established college in China. In my early 30s, I was fortunate enough to land a life-changing opportunity to be admitted into a PhD program in political science at the University of Sydney, Australia. I said I was fortunate because at the time, very few people in China were as lucky as I was to get a chance to study at a prestigious university in another country. It opened a new window in my life, giving me first-hand experience about a multicultural society that is so different from the one I grew up in. It also started a new chapter in my career, laying the foundation for much of what I would teach later on. After living in Sydney for quite a few years, my wife, our daughter, and I moved to Stockholm, Sweden, where my wife was pursuing her PhD degree at Stockholm University. I made a living by working 2 part-time jobs, as an English teacher and as a college professor. We lived there for about 2 years, during which we also visited the 2 neighboring countries, Norway and Finland. In addition to enjoying the beautiful sceneries of the 3 Scandinavian countries, I also took time to explore and study its societies and cultures. The time I spent in Sweden left with me cherished memories and a valuable experience and knowledge which helped me greatly as a sociology professor. After Sweden, we moved to Canada and lived in the beautiful city of Vancouver, where I was teaching as an English teacher. Though we lived there for less than a year, I'll never forget the quiet but pleasant life there. However, I found myself constantly searching for a better career path. Good luck fell upon us again. We landed much better job opportunities in New York City, America. I started teaching at a college in New York City. A few years later, I was promoted as the assistant chairperson and then the chairperson of a big academic department called the Division of Arts and Sciences. I served in these two managerial positions for a total of nearly 15 years. But I never totally gave up teaching. In the meantime, I wrote and published a few books. Channel. It was about 2 years ago that I seriously started making content for this channel on a regular basis. When I said on a regular basis, I meant I promised myself to post a new video every week. Up until now, I have more or less lived up to that promise. The purpose of creating this channel is twofold. First, I consider this as another teaching platform where I can reach more students and share with them my thoughts on a variety of subjects. Secondly, I want to share my experience and enjoyment as a landscape photographer. Occasionally, I also make videos talking about classical music, which is my lifelong hobby. If you have followed me for a while, you should know that most of the videos I have posted on this channel fall under 3 categories or subjects: philosophy, sociology, and history. Why these 3 subjects, you may ask? Well, the reason is simple. These are the subjects that I teach or used to teach as a professor. Speaking of being a professor, let me pose a question to you if you happen to be a college student, and I believe most of my viewers are college students. What do you think are the qualities of an excellent professor? By the way, how to be a good professor was one of the topics we often discussed in our faculty meetings while I was the chairperson. I know different students and different professors have different views. But for me, as a professor and as an academic chair, it is always my belief that an essential quality that a good professor should possess is the ability to explain complicated terms, concepts, and theories in simple, easy-to-understand language and illustrate them with everyday examples. In my opinion, this ability is particularly important for professors who teach philosophy, which is a subject I most often talk about on this channel. Philosophy is a subject many people find difficult, although I personally believe that philosophy should not be regarded as difficult because every one of us is doing philosophy on a daily basis. For example, if you go out at night and look up into the sky and wonder about the twinkling little stars, you are actually doing philosophy because you are wondering about big questions. Anyway, for many people, philosophy is difficult, not only because it explores abstract ideas and not the concrete, tangible reality, but also because philosophical ideas and arguments are often complex, subtle, and nuanced. It is also true that some philosophers, including some philosophy professors, present their ideas in their books or classrooms in a style that is obscure and pretentious. It is as if only obscure words and long sentences could serve their purpose, which is to appear knowledgeable and clever. But they forgot the old saying that clear is better than clever, which is why I always try to speak in as simple language as possible and as clearly as possible in every video on this channel. Well, there are several reasons. First, this channel is intended for English-speaking viewers. As a matter of fact, the majority of my subscribers are from English-speaking countries. Secondly, as a professor who has taught English-speaking students for so many years, I have got used to speaking English in front of a big audience or in front of this microphone, especially when it comes to doing lecture-like talking. I wouldn't be able to speak as fluently otherwise. I say this not because I consider English better than Chinese. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, the Chinese language is better than English in many ways. Besides, speaking English does not entirely isolate me or this channel from viewers in China. In fact, quite a few subscribers are Chinese-speaking people. Finally, you may have noticed that I speak with a little accent, which my students said is more of British accent than American accent. The reason is that when I first learned English, all my professors spoke British English. It feels strange now to think that having lived in America for so many years, it has not changed my accent. Well, I think that is all that I wanted to talk about in today's video. I will surely make more videos answering more questions in the future. If you are new to this channel and interested in knowing more about this channel, or if there are any topics or subjects you are particularly interested in, please let me know. As always, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.